Hi there, my name is Aaron Anthony and I'm a graduate student in the School of Education here at Pitt. I mostly study the economics and finances of higher education, and I'm especially interested in this area because college is kind of a unique market where, because of various forms of financial aid, there's often a sizable difference between a school's listed total price and the actual price that students pay. In fact, I'm defending my dissertation on that exact topic next month. Recently I've seen a lot of stories in the news media and echoed by people on social media questioning if college is still worth it. And given the combination of student debt at record levels and rising tuitions and an economy where, though unemployment is down, wage growth is still kind of sluggish, it's a reasonable question. In fact, just the other day there was a story that went around my circles about folks my age, I'm 35 by the way, who can't afford to buy a home because of their student debt. But in reality, a college grad, even a grad with debt, is way more likely to own a home by their early 30s than someone who didn't graduate or didn't attend college at all. In fact, compared to someone who didn't go to college, an average college graduate can expect a lifetime premium in the order of about $1 million. And we could look to non-labor outcomes too, like overall health and well-being or civic engagement, but really, any way we slice it, the evidence is pretty clear. Yes, for most people, college is definitely still worth it. So why all the questions? Well, there's a lot of half-truths wrapped up in the popular narratives. The student loan default crisis is real, but people with astronomical levels of debt are not the real problem. The debt crisis is driven mostly by folks who take out loans to attend, but don't actually graduate from lower quality institutions. And those who do graduate from selective colleges, no matter the loan amount, are far less likely to default. And two, on average, college is still a worthwhile investment, but the risk that it won't be can be especially imposing. And number three, tuition rates are indeed increasing, but what you don't hear as much is that, especially within selective institutions, increases in financial aid have nearly kept pace with increases in tuition rates. And this high sticker price, high discount model is becoming more and more common among highly competitive institutions. In fact, in recent years, grant aid from schools themselves has become the single largest source of financial grant aid, surpassing federal grants in 2012 and now making up 47% of all grant aid awards. Federal grants, by the way, have dropped to 32%. As federal and state funding decreases, this also puts more pressure on institutions themselves to raise voluntary support through fundraising efforts and alternative strategies like increases in tuition. And many elite private schools are able to use this model to offer steep tuition discounts to most of the applicants that they accept. And public universities are a little bit different, but are able to approximate a similar model by capitalizing on the tuition premium charged to out-of-state students. And among competitive four-year schools, Pitt has one of the lowest out-of-state premiums in the country and one of the highest in-state tuitions. And by the way, some of the best public colleges in the country also have some of the highest out-of-state premiums. I'm thinking Virginia or Michigan or California. And there's some pretty savvy reasons for this high-cost, high-discount trend. By increasing listed tuition rates, colleges unlock some really important flexibility. There's more information about colleges online now than ever, but even still, it's really hard for a prospective student to know everything about an institution before applying. And so what do we do when we don't have information about a purchase? Well, we turn to shortcuts or simple rules of thumb. And one of these is high price equals high quality. I mean, think about a restaurant's wine list, for example. You might consider things like the vintage or varietal or country, but price point is a pretty strong signal of quality that most of us don't overlook. And the second advantage of a high price, high discount model, tuition model, is that through price discrimination, it actually allows the college to offer more generous financial aid discounts to the low and middle income, high achieving students who need it most. And in this way, higher out-of-state tuition rates can actually help promote a more equitable learning environment. And another important thing to consider is that with more information and more schools using the common application, students are advised to apply to as many as 7 or 8 schools, and many actually apply to more than that. And so we usually think about admissions about being competitive among students to get into selective colleges. But the other side of that equation is the competition among colleges to land the best and the brightest students. And schools are able to make their best case by offering what students want. And now for some, that might be a sizable tuition discount through institutional aid and scholarships. But for others, that might include things like premium facilities or recruiting top faculty talent. So in sum, college is most definitely worth it for most students, and the college that students select is likely to be the one that's able to offer the most of what students are looking for at a price that meets their capacity to pay for it.